backpacking the Grand Canyon. That was my solution for my baby brother when he told me his heart was hurting after a sad breakup. So I flew out of Sacramento and off we set down the South Kaibab Trail to Bright Angel Campground, where we would spend the next 2 nights.
Wow. 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 There's a big hole. Getting started.
At around 11 a.m., we set out to hike 6.5 miles down about 4,755 feet of elevation loss. That's about a 475-story building, or 4.5 of the Empire State Buildings stacked on top of one another. All in all, it took us about 4.5 hours to make the descent, stopping at the Ooh-Ah Point, and Cedar Point, Skeleton Point, and the tip-off for snacks and lunches, stopping to see friendly little mules, and of course dance all along the way. My brother and I grew up on the coast, and as a woman whose main backpacking experience has been in the Sierra and on the California coast, I was excited to visit the Grand Canyon from more than just the rim. When I did my research, people told me that all of my, quote, fancy granite-colored gear would get stains from the red dirt. And I took that to be literal and figurative, as the Grand Canyon experience really left a mark on both our spirits as well as on our gear. We spent 2 luxurious nights at the Bright Angel Campground, which was equipped with flush toilets, running water, and a proximity to the Phantom Ranch Cantina where we could get cold beer and snacks. We made sure to stop by and thank the hardworking little pack mules who brought the beer down for us. On our second day in the canyon, we hiked out to Ribbon Falls, about a 12-mile round-trip hike from Phantom Ranch. We didn't know this at the time, but when we got to the turnoff point for Ribbon Falls, we saw that the bridge was out, so we had to hike across a creek. No problem for my nimble-footed brother, but it sure made for an additional extra adventure, finding a good place to cross the creek to approach Ribbon Falls. Ribbon Falls isn't just a tourist site, but for the Zuni, or the Ashiwi tribe, Ribbon Falls is considered their place of emergence into the world. It's a sacred site, and while we stopped there and had lunch, we contemplated and gave respect to this beautiful site and expressed so much gratitude for being able to be in a gorgeous place and such a holy site. On our 6-mile walk back, we checked out the old remnants of the Trans-Canyon telephone line, which was put in place in the 1920s, and enjoyed the most gorgeous weather. We also entertained ourselves by playing word games, such as name every song you can think of that has the word rock in it. And of course, teaching my brother that the only way to cross bridges is by doing silly dances all the way across.
Yay! We're almost back at camp. We're almost back at camp. We've been walking all day. Saw a waterfall, but we can't really complain about the views.
Back at camp, we enjoyed a cold one, had some wildlife encounters, soaked our feet in the cold creek, and then had Phantom Ranch's famous and epic endless stew. Day 3 was hike out day, and on recommendation of fellow hikers, we woke up at 4 in the morning to pack out and hike up so we could see the sunrise at the tip-off. And boy, was it worth it. What a view.
Good morning! Whee! Breakfast at this whatever part of the canyon is.
The tip-off.
Tip-top, tippity-tap. Coffee time. Good morning!
After a hot breakfast and caffeine, it was time for us to hike the rest of the way back up the canyon. And while our calves and our glutes and our knees were hurting, our spirits were high the entire way. And I'm so grateful we had this experience together, a trip of a lifetime that I'll never forget.